Hello, this is Ed, and we are in the midst of the COVID 19 pandemic where many schools are deciding whether to go back or not in person. It's currently mid August, and the school district of Philadelphia, where I live, decided to stay virtual at least for their first quarter. But my school is not a district school, it is a state funded nonprofit organization for preschoolers with autism. And we decided to open in person with some limitations. We're going to be going back next week as teachers to prepare. Different staff will be going back in to prepare. And I'm not here to criticize at all because this is extremely complex and everyone has their opinion. I'm not personally nervous about it. I'm just interested to see how my kids are able to flow in this kind of programming in which we're going to be influencing or adding on social distancing protocol, wearing a mask if they're able, depending on if they're able, depending on where they're at in their development. So I'm going to be documenting just thoughts, different parts of the process as we adjust to the programming. A lot of things are going to be changing in terms of how kids are fitting in the room. On top of the COVID changes, there's also some other changes my school's decided to implement, so see where that goes. My mindset is not to think negative, even though I really want to think negatively about this. I'm excited to be with people and kids again. The socially distancing is definitely not ideal, but I think if you're really trying to be a leader in this environment or any kind of environment, you have to take the punches of what you can and cannot control. And sure, I can consider leaving teaching because of all these social distancing protocols. I'm not particularly interested in interacting socially distanced because it does a lot interpersonally and emotionally, personally, I think, and I've experienced. So it doesn't get me extremely excited intuitively, but I think if you're going to be a part of the education battle or any battle, whatever field you're working in, you have to go where the highs go and the lows go, and that's often not in your control. And this is definitely an extreme low in terms of public safety and how that affects education. But that's also a part of dedication. It's not something I was planning for. It's not something that I enjoy. Hopefully it's not going to last super long. I really hope it doesn't. I'm really over COVID. But I've decided that I am not going to bail out right now because this whole COVID situation. I'm going to keep doing my part and help support these kids the way I can. I'll update on what I see going on and what I see going on in terms of attendance and how we're implementing things and ways that I am able to collaborate and innovate with other people I'm working with in a way that's actually effective. Because I've actually seen some really effective uses of Zoom sessions. Pros and cons to everything. So I'm looking forward to the pros. Mentally, I have to get my soul to believe it, if I'm a little bit honest with you. But that's the game of life in general. Take advantage of what you can and work with what you can't control. This is Ed.